Oh, we're not done? Okay.
No, okay, right. We have to go and kick a bunch of the other dwarves out, and we gotta light like 3 big beacons and fight a bunch of bosses. That's the end of this mission.
Feel like we just lit a bunch of beacons. How many beacons we gotta
No,
light? How many
we
beacons
gotta
are
light
there?
more. But these beacons are gonna be green fire, so that's cooler, right?
It's a beacon-based society. Just let it go.
Look, Lord of the Rings came out. Return of the King came out like 2 or 3 years before this game did. Beacons are important.
I do kind of hate when like a perfectly good fantasy word just ends up being like associated with one specific thing.
Oh, but
I
look
don't
at
know
those
if it's
cool
all that
stone
associated
cards.
with it now. It's just back in the day.
Look at the cool
Oh, they
stone
got,
cards
like-
that go up there on the ropes.
Yeah.
That's neat. I'm all about this.
I actually feel like-
Aesthetically, I'm all about this. Actually, I need to
feel
take
like
screenshots for this for my actual day job.
Well, you can see the big beacon up there that we have to light.
I'm working on a minecart game right now, and these are I'm dig. Did you know the logout button is suspiciously close to the print screen?
Well, just using print screen should take screenshots.
Oh, I accidentally almost logged out.
Glitch.
I said I had to. Look, duty calls. I gotta take screenshots of things I like.
We're in the middle of a show.
But I'm an artist.
Chris is down.
Uh-oh. It wasn't my fault.
I do have an update from Alessia, by the way. She still no forgiveness with these guys.
No?
Her heart remains a cold place.
Maybe we need to get that ale in her. The Dwarven ale.
I don't think the Dwarven ale is known for like the milk of human kindness.
Ah, but what about the
it's not a
Sword of
bridge
Steel or
building
whatever
ale
the
they talk
nonsense
about.
was? Enigma of
Riddle of
Steel, that's what it
Steel?
was.
Also,
Riddle.
not a known like management technique.
Damn it.
When you stare into the face of Grenth, be sure to tell him it was me who sent you, says Alicia. Yeah, okay. I mean, that kicks ass. I mean, I'm here
she's
for Alicia, frankly.
a healer?
Yeah, but like, you know, she's not healing because she thinks it would be cooler if more people weren't hurt. She's healing because she wants to win a fucking war, Josh.
You guys want me to talk more about lore?
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Sure.
Only in ASMR voice.
So Grenth is the god of death. And he became the god of death by usurping the title from the previous god of death,
Yeah?
Dhumm, spelled D-H-U-U-M, I believe.
I don't like the second U, but otherwise I'm with you so far.
Might be D-H-U-M-M, I don't recall.
That's worse. That is actually dumb. That is dumb. Is what that is.
I remember there being more guys up here the last time I did this mission.
I was actually hoping for more lore about the God of Death. Like, what's going on there?
Well, Dhumm is just straight up the Grim Reaper. Like, he has a big scythe.
Wait, he's still
you have to
around?
fight him.
I thought he got usurped.
Oh, yeah, no, the gods don't really die much.
So what does he do
so-
now that he's not Death God? Is he just like chill?
He invades the underworld, and you have to fight him in the high level area of the underworld.
Why? Why do we have to fight him? He sounds like a chill guy.
Because he wants to be the god of death, and that would be bad for nebulous reasons.
The beacon! It's lit! The way must be clear.
Oh, that's his beacon.
It is-
Is the lit guy.
Now is our chance.
I think it is
Make for
interesting to
frugal
tell
sculpt.
stories about death gods where, like, a regime change is an expected and desired outcome. Like, I don't really like the way the old guy did death. That sucked. I like the new death way better.
Yeah.
Oh my
There
god.
are actually a surprising number of this god came to power by, you know, not really offing the other god, because again, gods don't tend to die in this
Fighting
universe,
has
but by
Must have had
usurping
too much
them.
ale tonight.
No, that was no brawl. I could swear I heard
Were you
the
gonna say,
shouts
Chris?
of men.
I
would
can't
men
remember.
be doing on Shiver Peak?
I do not know. These are strange days.
Sir,
It really feels like they kind of
It's been lit.
regretted putting dwarves in the setting, something that
The
happens,
stone summit will
spoilers
never
for the
abandon their
final
posts.
expansion
Flames
pack,
burn
is that they
brightly,
kind of
sir.
like get
There
rid
is
of the
more.
dwarves before they
A
go
band of
into
men are
Guild
marching
Wars
for the
2.
gate. They're approaching the gate.
so
What happened to him?
it
I mean,
was men.
who
They
cares?
turn
About the spoiler.
into
Whoever it
eternal
was, they
stone
had to get through
warriors to
Dagnar's
fight
men
the
to
Great
do it.
Destroyer.
Any enemy of the stone summit is a friend of Deldrim.
Kick ass.
Open the gate,
But like,
Captain.
they
prepare
kind of just
quarters.
stop having a society at that point.
Okay, but
So
like,
by the time of Guild Wars 2, 250 years later, there's not a whole lot of dwarves left.
can you imagine a whole society signing off on something like that?
Ironhammer,
Yeah, well,
Lord of Gloom
it's also the big question of like, well, wait a minute, what about the other dwarves in this civil war that still has not really been resolved?
My brother tells the truth. What brings you here?
I'm leading these refugees over the Shiver Peaks. We wish to cross
Yeah,
Boreless
I probably could
Pass
post
into
about
the
this
human kingdom of
For a
Kryta.
Patreon soonish.
Well then,
Like, the
Lord
draft
of
is in
Astaroth,
progress, and I expect it will go
welcome
up
to
after several
Gruul's
other
Gulch.
drafts that are in
You are
progress.
free to stay with us
But
as
I
long
think
as you will.
when you add things
Thank
like
you,
elves
mountain
and
friend.
dwarves
Rin is
to a
forever in your
setting
debt.
where they don't, like, make up a... Like, as fundamental and as limited an implementation is, like, the kind that Tolkien used in Lord of the Rings. And certainly if, like, it's going to interact at all with playability, you kind of need to know what you're doing first and then just do it.
I mean, if you want to get into the more weird shit of this setting, especially by the time of the second game, humans are basically like fit all of the check marks for the elf archetype. They're one of the more ancient races that's still like doing shit. They've lost most of their territory, and they're also aliens. Humans are aliens in this setting explicitly. Like, they came from somewhere else and showed up. It's not even really like a spoiler. Like, the backstory stuff in this game that's available to you pretty early on basically says, like, yeah, so the gods brought humans from somewhere else, and they colonized this place.
Right. That's kind of how it works in modern D&D, actually.
Yeah, it's not actually all that uncommon.
I think when you're faced with the idea of a multiverse, deciding that humans just happen to come from the planet where stories that are of interest to humans, like, like it sounds dumb when you put it this way because I argue maybe it is, but there's this idea that it's too provincial to have humans just happen to be from the setting where all the stuff happens, like where all the story stuff is happening.
I really like the aesthetics of this town.
I mean, Star Wars just kind of unabashedly goes like, no, yeah, humans are from like somewhere in the Star Wars galaxy.
They're just like weeds.
Oh, you said weeds. I thought you said weebs, and I'm like, I don't see how that fits in this context.
I mean, they actually also are weebs in Star Wars.
I mean, that's true too, but I didn't understand how that made sense in context.
Glitch, do you want an axe?
No.
I have a Furious Summit Axe of Defense.
No.
Not an axe person? Alright.
No.
Yeah,
the skills
so
they
we're
give...
about an...
the skills they give for axes suck at this stage.
Yeah. They do get better later on, although, as I recall, axe elites kind of suck in general. There's one axe elite that's literally just, this is a critical hit, and that's it. And it's like, well, fucking... Most hammer elites get to, like, do big knockdowns, and sword elites get crazy like AoE, but the axes are just like, this one critical hits, I guess.
Alright, is there anything I should be doing here except talking to everybody but the guy who will take me to the beach?
Not really. We do have a quest to actually turn in, the Road to Borless Pass, which requires us to go back to Yak Spend. So I'm going to teleport us back there, but then we'll come back here, and this is another mission here that we can do.
Sick.
But we're at time, so I do want to see about, can I get...
Okay, so now they're all facing the different direction. They're all facing me now.
We're at time, and I've got to go learn some knots.
Yeah. Yeah, so next time we'll come back, and we'll do the second and final Shiver Peak mission. Well, not really the final one, but it's the final one in this part of the campaign.
And then it's only the rest of the campaign, plus 2 DLC campaigns, plus a 3rd DLC campaign, and the PvP scene we gotta check out.
And then Guild Wars 2.
And the Guild Wars 2.
And all Guild Wars 2's expansions.
Like, the thing I love about this banner here is that every single one of the symbols on it is from, like, a completely different... Like, this is not... Like, this isn't pedantic, right? They're, like, from a completely different, like... theory of image design. It's like we kind of have the illustration and ornamentation of, like, old school, like, embellishment. Then you have, like, a cartoon paw. And then at the bottom you have, like, a symbolic ankh. And then between them you have kind of, like, an abstract representational flame.
I'll tell you exactly how this flag got made as somebody who's made flags like this before. Hey, we need a flag to put around the environment. Can somebody whip that up? Oh yeah, sure. I've got 15 minutes. Okay, I'll take... Okay, there's a paw image in one of the skills. Throw that in. There's a fire image on this badge symbol here. We got the Ankh, that's from another skill. And the ornate crest, oh, that's the main one from Ascalon. We'll just throw that up there. That makes sense to have that there. Yeah, okay.
Do these not just, like, represent factions or anything?
No, they represent classes.
Yeah, I mean, that would be my first guess.
They represent whatever the intern had time to put up there before getting copied.
Yeah. Alright, well, next time we will fight more dwarves, and nothing bad will happen. At all.
I'm gonna get that corpse teleportation skill. Teleportation, god damn it!
Teleportation.
You will remotely divide it into a specific amount.
I don't know what's wrong with me.